What's up, YouTube? Back for another video. In this one, I'm going to cover what's called driving for dollars. Um, you can start doing this now. That way, you have a database of properties that you want to start marketing to whenever you feel comfortable enough in your knowledge to get this started. Um, and it's literally as easy as just calling someone and hey, are you trying to sell your house? Well, yeah. Okay. Well, what do you want for it? And then negotiating and getting the contract signed. It's literally just that easy. But the driving for dollars process, pick an area, and if you live in a really big city, maybe like Chicago or LA or something like that, you're gonna want to just choose an area code. And there's some apps that you can get where it makes driving for dollars a little bit easier. I'm gonna share one of them with you later on. But as far as right now, especially if you're broke, excuse me, especially if you're broke, D4D is the way to go. All right. So you just pick an area. Let's say Chicago, you pick the 60629 area code, or just the Gage Park area, Marquette Park area, or whatever. And you just up and down the streets, up and down the streets, up, down the streets, up, down, back and forth. And you just sweep the entire fucking area. And the properties that you're looking for are in the summertime or springtime, whatever, properties with tall grass. And what tall grass indicates is that somebody doesn't care about the property, or they're too lazy to take care of the property, or maybe they're injured and can't take care of the property, or maybe they fucking died. Who knows? But tall grass, boarded up windows and doors, obviously. The roof looks bad. Like if you can visually see holes or something in the roof, then it's just what we're looking for: distressed properties. Um, Distressed properties oftentimes have distressed sellers behind them, but not all the time. So just keep that in mind. And I want to say this too, because a lot of people getting started in wholesaling, when they get started, they think that sellers are literally sitting up by their phones waiting on them to call them to buy their house. This isn't the case. This is just, and that's what these the a lot of the gurus, that's how they make it sound. They don't specifically say these things, but that's how they make it sound. And that's not the case. You have to put in work. For every 200 people you call, you might get one deal. You know, but okay, that one deal could bring you $20,000, and it might take you 4 hours to call those 200 people. So you can go to work at your job and make what's minimum wage now, like $8 an hour. You go to your job and make that what's that, $32, or you could sit on the phone for 4 hours and call motherfuckers to try to make yourself thousands of dollars. That's completely up to you. I mean, to each their own. If that's what you like to do, you like to go to work and make someone else rich, that's completely up to you. That's just not my thing. I don't give a fuck if I'm making $500 an hour. Because the way my brain works is, if this motherfucker can pay me $500 an hour, how much is he making? I want to make what he's making. You feel me? That's the way my brain works. It always has since I was a kid. But anyway, driving for dollars. Tall grass, unplowed snow in the wintertime, abandoned cars. You can look on the little sticker that's on the license plate on the car, and if it's an older sticker, then that car is probably abandoned, right? Like, even if the car looks nice and all that other type of shit, if it's an older plate sticker for last year or year before last or whatever, because every year they give different colors, right? So you'll be able to identify these things. That's probably an abandoned house. Or you might be able to buy the car and wholesale it, like real shit. What else? And when it's snow outside, if there's a driveway and there's no tire tracks in the snow, that means that there's very little activity in that house. If there's a lot of mail in the mailbox, there's a green slip that the post office puts in the mailbox. It's a vacancy slip. If you can see that slip hanging out of the mailbox, that's an empty property. That's a vacant property. That's a very good lead. Okay. And then like word of mouth too. Like every fucking body you meet, tell them about houses, about houses, about houses, about houses. Just say it with confidence. You know what I'm saying? What Kevin Hart say it with your chest. But yeah, because people can sense the confidence level. You know what I mean? And you want to adapt this too when you're on the phone. If you're on the phone, you're like, yeah, I was just wondering if you're trying to sell your house. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't hang up on you because you don't sound confident. You don't sound confident. You have to sound confident. You have to sound like you know what the fuck you're talking about and you know what you're doing. You know, because the weak get preyed upon. Period. And these are the people that are gonna be like, well, no, you have to give me this for my house. You see what I'm saying? And you have to stay firm and stay confident. Don't argue with these people. You know, if you're dealing with somebody that's super difficult on the phone, keep a low tone. You know what I'm saying, and keep calm and just ask them. You know what I'm saying, general questions. You feel me? So to try to bring them back down from up here, they're up here. They're upset probably because they get a million calls a day, and you just want to be calm. Like, I'm sorry if I bother you. You know, I could call you back another time. You know, I apologize. I know how important your time is to you, and blah 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 blah. Um, and that usually diffuses the situation and bring them back down to earth. You know what I'm saying? And then you actually have a general, fucking reasonable conversation with them. So yeah, but so what you do is driving for dollars. I'm sorry, I keep drifting. Driving for dollars. When you find these properties, these distressed properties, you write down the address. And I like to go out for about 3 to 4 hours when I drive for dollars and just hit the widest area that I could possibly hit within that time. And I usually do it on like Saturday mornings and shit when there's not a lot of traffic out and whatnot. Or Sunday mornings when there's not a lot of traffic out and you know there's not a lot of traffic out and you know everybody's in church and shit like that. So you write these addresses down, get you a notepad, a legal pad, or a notebook or whatever. Write down the addresses, and when you get home, you want to look up whatever county you're living in. Look up that assessor site, ASSESSOR. So Cook County Assessor, if you're in Chicago, Cook County Assessor, look up that site. There's going to be a search bar on there, and it should be the same way for every county in the entire country. It's 2021, so I don't see why everything wouldn't be online. Um, you type in that address, and what that's going to bring up is that's going to bring up the total assessed value of the property, the last time the property sold, and most importantly, the owner's information of that property, name and address. There is going to bring up their name and their mailing address. And if the mailing address does not match the address of the property itself, what you have there is an absentee owner. Absentee owners are great because they don't live in the house. If someone lives in a house, they might be a little, you know, hesitant to sell because they're like, well, where the fuck am I going to live? But an absentee owner doesn't live in the house. So, excuse me. So they'll probably be like, yeah, you can buy it. It just gets on my nerves anyway. I'm tired of taking care of it. So you write down, if the mailing address is different than the property address, you write that down. You know what I mean? You create a database or create an Excel file. That's even better. Create an Excel file. First name, last name, property address, property city, property state, property zip, mailing address, mailing city, mailing state, mailing zip. Got it? And you're either going to run this list through a skip tracing service, and I'm going to tell you guys about that in another video as well. But if you we're going off of if you don't have any money, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go to fastpeoplesearch.com or truepeoplesearch.com. I use them both. Sometimes they have the same information, sometimes they don't. One might have right numbers, one might have wrong numbers. So when you type these people's names into these, you can even type the address in too. So I would do both. I do both. When I don't get results back for one, I do the other. Um, and you're gonna get phone numbers on these people. So you can either call them right then and there, or you can write them down and call them later. Um, just put all the phone numbers in the spreadsheet, and you can get a Google Voice number. You don't want to call these people from your actual cell phone number, because it might if they're on a do not call list or something like that, they'll say you're soliciting them and you might get in trouble. It's not actual trouble, but it's just don't you do that again, all that bullshit. But so you're gonna call these people, and you're gonna ask them, hey, I was riding through blah such and such neighborhood, and I seen this property. I think you're the owner. Um, am I correct? Or, hey, is this Mrs. blah blah blah, the owner of blah 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 blah? Hey, are you looking to sell that house? Yes or no? If they say yes, now you're on to something. Now the negotiation starts, and you want to ask them, what's wrong with it? When was the last time the bathroom and the kitchen was updated? Um, just I'll make a video about how to talk to them and what to ask them too. But yeah, you want to ask them all of that shit. And then yeah, that's driving for dollars. And real quick, I was gonna make a separate video for this, but I'll just throw it in here because I don't think that video will be long anyway, and I'm over 10 minutes already still. Um, Scrolling for dollars. What the hell is scrolling for dollars? All right, this is something that my wife coined actually. It's using Google Maps to drive for dollars from sitting at home. It's sweet, costs you no gas, it's quick, and you're looking for the same things. Now, given that some of these properties on Google, these pictures may have been taken months ago or weeks ago or maybe even years ago. But if you don't have a vehicle, this is good. Or if you walk a lot, or if you're on a bus, if you're taking a bus, just stare out the windows and see if you see shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, and you would do the same thing. Essentially, look for tall grass and stuff like that. And it's a little bit harder when it's virtual, but it's possible. And you write a list down, and you do it. It's basically the exact same thing that I said before. And the most important thing in this business, and I want you guys to really listen to this, the most important thing in this business is talking to people. If you do not talk to people, you cannot create deals. You understand what I'm saying? If you're not talking to people, you can't create deals. Don't try to rely on text messages. Don't try to rely on emails. Don't try to rely on postcards. I mean, do all of these things, but use them as a catalyst to get you connected with the sellers to start a conversation. Let's say you start a SMS campaign. Once they respond, yeah, I'm looking to sell. You hop right on the phone with them. Don't sit up there and keep texting. You see what I'm saying? You hop on the fucking phone and you talk. You talk. You make them laugh. You build rapport. You make them laugh. You make them like you. Because if a person likes you, they're gonna sell to you, probably at the deepest fucking discount you could possibly imagine. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that. That's what was that? Driving for dollars. Scrolling for dollars. Check. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna try to get that's my fourth one I've gotten recorded today. I'm gonna try to get 10 of them, enough to get you guys, you know what I'm saying, pumped and ready to go and get this shit started today. You can literally get up and running. I'm gonna introduce a few programs for you guys that's working with a little bit of money. I'm gonna introduce a few programs that I use, tools that I use uh, to literally get you up and started and contacting motivated sellers, thousands of motivated sellers, like by tonight. I don't know what time it is for you. I know it's morning for me, but it can literally get you started today or within the next couple of days, depending on your learning curve needs. But anyway, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share to anyone that you think may benefit from this, and thank you.